Okay, so, oops, lost my screen. All right, so for this problem, let me write the problem down and we'll just figure it out. We're going to take the cube root of 686 x to the fourth. I feel like we did this one already, but let's see. Y to the seventh. And basically what we need to do is we need to figure out some cubes. So 7 cubed is 343, right? So in other words, if I say 343, well, first, let me back up. I'm going to raise this whole thing, x to the fourth, y to the seventh. I'm going to raise this whole thing to the 1/3. And so we're going to try to figure out how many thirds I can get out of all this stuff and try to simplify it, pull stuff out of the radical, okay? So in the next step, I know that 343 times 2 equals 686. And you say, Mr. Adams, I would never figure that out. Yeah, you would. It'd take you a little longer, but you just have to, how do I word this? You start to memorize the cubes, right? So you're like, okay, what's the cubes? Blah, 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 blah. What will go into this evenly? Okay. So basically, 743 is 7 cubed. Okay. And so I want 7 cubed times 2, because when I multiply it by this 1/3, this 3 will be canceled by this 3, and I'll get 7 to the first power. And what I am essentially doing is pulling that 7 out of this square root or cube root. So anyways, I got to hurry up. I only got a 5-minute time limit. So then in the next step, I'm going to distribute the 1/3, right? So this is going to be distributed by this. There's a 1 here, and by this. So 1/3 of 3 is just 1. This becomes 2 to the 1/3. This becomes x to the 4/3. This becomes y to the 7/3. And the next line, I'm going to separate these. I'm going to leave the 7 in the front. Then I'm going to say, I'm going to take x, well, let me just do this, x to the 3/3 times x to the 1/3. That's where I get 4/3. And then I've got y to the 6/3 times y to the 1/3. And that'll give me my 7/3. And then I've just got 2 to the 1/3 here. Then in my next line, what I'm going to do is I've got 7. This becomes x to the 1, so that comes out here. This reduces down to 2, so that comes down here. And then everything else, I've got 2 to the 1/3, right? X to the 1/3, and y to the 1/3. Now, if all those are raised to the 1/3, then what I can do in my next line is I could say 7xy squared, pull out the third, 2xy raised to the 1/3. And then my final answer is 7xy squared, the cube root of 2xy. And that is it. I know I went kind of fast, but man, we've done so many of these problems. Okay, that's it.